Changing your life often means stepping outside of what's familiar and being intentional with your time, energy, and mindset. Sometimes that's very difficult for a lot of us, and we get stuck. But when we realize that there's nothing working anymore in that direction, we have to make the decision to make a change and to do something different. Join me as we talk about today here at Man on a Mission. So I believe one of the hardest things that we face is the fear of failure when we need to decide to start our own business. When we know it's time to go in a different direction, when we know this is not working and things are not working out. I know that taking the first step to start your own business can be very terrifying. The fear of failure, the uncertainty and the risk. It's completely normal to feel that way. But today I want to remind you that it's okay to take that leap. Starting your own business is scary, but it's also an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to take control of your future. I totally understand the fears. The fear of it not working out, the fear of losing whatever money you put into it, the fear that others may judge you. But let me tell you this, the biggest risk that you can face is not taking a chance at all. If you choose to stay where you are in a job that's not happy or looking for a job that you can't find, it's just pulling you down. You'll miss out on the chance to build something that's truly yours, something that you own. Think about it for a second. What's the worst thing that could happen when you start your own business? A setback maybe? A failure? Yeah, both of those could happen. But failure is part of the journey. In fact, it is the most valuable teacher. Most successful entrepreneurs had to fail a few times before they got it right. And we all know that's true. We know that a lot of people have tried business and failed, but they didn't give up. They kept going. So if you look back at history, when did a lot of people start their businesses? I got some notes here. So if we look back at history and look at some of the reasons why people started companies, you'll realize that maybe you're on the right path. Fortune magazine, they started because of the market crash of 1929. FedEx got started because of the oil crisis in 1973. UPS started because of the panic of 1907. Walt Disney, everybody loves Walt Disney, started with the market crash of 1929. Hewlett Packard because of the Great Depression. Charles Schwab, market crash. So many more. Coors, depression of 1873. Costco, which is a big company now. Everybody's working for Costco and going to Costco. 1970s recession. Microsoft, the great Bill Gates, 1973 recession. So, why not now? Now is the perfect time to start that business. Now, you don't have all the answers. You don't know what to do first. You may not know the first person to call, the first thing to research, the first step to take. But learning is the biggest part of this journey, people. Learning is the biggest part. The more you learn, the more confident you'll become. And you'll start to see that it's not as scary as it seems. Let me tell you something that's very important too. Think about the freedom you'll get. The ability to create something that's your own. To decide your own schedule. Not having to clock in 9 to 5 working for somebody else. To follow the passions that you have within yourself. This kind of life, starting your own business, is wonderful. There's so many things that are offered by starting your own business. But the first thing we have to do, we have to realize what are some of the things that are really holding us back. But let me tell you some things that I think you can do first in order to help you start changing the mindset to start your own business. So now let's look at the flip side of why we think it's so hard to start a business. You have to remember, it's okay to take a chance. It's okay to start small. It's okay to fail. Because failure is just part of the journey to our success. Take that leap. The future will still thank you for it. So let's list out a few things. I want to say some of the things that hold us back from getting started into our own business. And we all know the first one is what? The fear of failing. The fear of failing. The feeling of I wasn't good enough. I couldn't do what was put before me. People are looking at me. People are laughing at me. You can't worry about that. You have to do what's best for you. Put in the same amount of energy that you do looking for a job, that you do working for someone else. into yourself. And you don't have to worry about the fear of failing. Because once you give it all you got and you put everything that you have into it, don't worry about it. It will work out. Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, maybe not the third time. But I guarantee you, it will work out. Number 2, we all deal with this as well. Not enough money. I don't have enough money to go start this big business. I don't have enough money to do this. Hey, start small. If you want to run a food truck, start selling plates out of the car. Ask some business, can you set up outside on 2 days a week? Sell your plates and save up. Start small. The key here is to start. We'll make every excuse in the world about money. I can't do this. I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have enough money to do that. You do. You're just putting barriers in front of what you need to do. So stop making excuses about not having enough money. Number 3, the fear of the unknown. You have no idea what you're getting ready to get into. Okay, so what? Does that mean I don't need to do it? When you took that job as a manager for that company, you had no idea what that was going to entail. But you did it though, right? You took the chance. You walked it out. You took that leap of faith and you continue to walk it out. And it worked out fine. The same is going to happen here when you choose to start your own business. Number 4, lack of confidence. Man, I just don't feel like I can do this. I don't have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Why not? Who told you that? Who told you that you were not good enough to be an entrepreneur? Someone who's successful, running your own independent business where you're the boss. You call all the shots. Who told you that? Don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do, okay? Because you have all the courage, confidence, wisdom, and knowledge to do whatever it is that you choose to do. So get rid of that lack of confidence. Number 5, not knowing what to do. Okay, say you want to start a business, but you don't know what to do. You don't know what business you want to get into. Don't worry about that. Find out what your passions are. What things you really enjoy doing. What makes you happy? What makes you jump up every morning and say, hey, I'm going to do this. That's where you need to look at starting first. If you like building houses, hey, you may need to be a contractor. If you like cooking, hey, you may need to look at cooking plates or being a chef. If you like reading, be a teacher. Be someone who helps somebody else. Think about it. Don't let not knowing what to do stop you from starting something, okay? And the last one, the most powerful one of all, worrying about what people think. If we live our lives constantly worrying about what people think, we will never get anything done. We'll be stuck in the same place for the rest of our lives. So we can't worry about all the time what this person thinks about me, what they're going to say about me. That's not your problem. That's their problem. That's something they have to deal with. Despite the fears, starting small and learning along the way is a great way into business without too much pressure. If you want to, I can suggest some business ideas that can help you get started that you can choose from. Just let me know and I'll put them down in the comments. Once you comment and say, hey, give me an idea, I'll put some responses down in the comment. But the main thing is you have to get started. You have to do something that's going to be beneficial to you. Right now, that job search is difficult. And sometimes you have to sit back and say, why is it so hard for me to find a job? Why is this area of my life not taking off like it should? It may be a sign telling you there's another way for you to go. There may be something else that's calling you. And you are a little afraid and you're fearful, so you won't walk that out. But I'm here to tell you, you've got to walk that out. There's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur. Think about it. You don't have to clock in for anybody else anymore. You can take a day off when you need to instead of having to go beg your boss to give you a day off. You're in control. You're in control. You have the final say. So think about working on a business for yourself. I'm really glad that guy put that response in the comments because it was so powerful. He had just gotten to the point, he was just tired. He was tired of trying to find a job. And he knew that he had something more to offer than just that. So, hey, just wanted to come by just for a few minutes. It won't be long to talk about be strong enough to start your own business when nothing else is working out. You can do this. You got this. You got everything that you need in order to be a successful entrepreneur. So, MiltonCraft, man on a mission. Great talking to you. Talk to you real soon.